Hey guys, Shadow Reviewer here. Now we've come down to the final H20 related video. And to end it, I'll be reviewing the entirety of H20 Just Add Water Season 3. And here begs the question. Is it as strong as the first two seasons? I would say it's the weakest. But not all of it is bad. Starting off with the positives, I like that where the season was going with the water tentacle. At first, it seemed very aggressive. It only attacks the mermaids on a full moon, which it usually does. But as the season progressed on, it seemed less hostile and more informative, which of course leads to, surprisingly, I don't think there's a real antagonist. Yes, there is one who's aggressive, but she's more aggressive and less antagonistic. I'll get to her in a bit. But I like there's no real villain here. There's just an obstacle. There's a bit of conflict, and they resolve it. And the effects on the tentacles still look pretty damn impressive. I like where the story was going, the mysteries of Mako Island, and the creation of Mako Island, and pretty much what the tentacle was telling them. I liked the angle it was going for. It was pretty cool and intriguing. I like Bella being a new mermaid to the whole thing. I think I like that it didn't spoil during the intro that she was a mermaid. To some degree, kind of. But honestly, her ability to turn things into jelly is kind of unique. But the one thing I do like about her character is her singing. I love that the theme song this time, whereas in the first season was good. Season 2 was great. The one in Season 3 is the best. And I like that Indiana Evans is the one singing the intro. And all of her songs, pretty much. Indiana Evans gives a surprisingly pretty decent performance as Bella. She makes the character interesting. And I like her interactions with the cast. I think she was great. Now, for the parental figures in this series, Cleo's mother was terrible. Emma's parents were pretty decent people. Ricky's dad was surprisingly charming. And unfortunately, we never got to see Bella's parents. Where are they? Who knows? But what we can all agree on, Dawn Satori is possibly the best parental figure in the series. And Cleo and Kim are so lucky to have a kind, caring, and just great dad that Dawn is. He provides everything he needs for his kids. He shows them the love, kind, and care that they deserve. Even sometimes one of them doesn't give it back. I'll talk about more of her later. But honestly, Dawn, you're a great character, and Alan David Lee gives a fun performance. Season 1, he was passable. Season 2 is where he started getting good. Season 3 is where they utilized him the most, and it's great. Oh, and adding to that, giving him a love interest who he eventually marries is one of the best ideas. Bev was a terrible wife, and her leaving him for no explanation is a stupid decision. Sam coming into the picture, and not only is she better, but she's a much better parent. And Sam is just a great person around. Her introduction is a really well written one. Penny Gray does a fantastic job filling the shoes of what Bev could not do. Sam, you're a much better mother figure. And Dawn and Sam are honestly the best couple in season 3. I'll talk more about the other relationships in the mech stuff. Honestly, Dawn deserves happiness, and Sam coming along the way she did was perfect. They stand the care for each other. Their wedding was beautiful, even was ruined the first time. The second try was the best. And I love that she does generally love her job. It seems that she's very passionate. And congratulations to Dawn and Sam. You both deserve happiness. And the last thing I want to talk about for the positives is Ricky and Will, who again should have been a couple. Now, at first, Ricky seemed very mistrusting of him, given how the season started. But from episode 14 onwards is where not only do they care one for each other, they automatically save each other. Will saves Ricky from hurting Ryan, and Ricky saves Will from drowning. That's honestly two people that care for each other immensely. And how does Will repay Ricky for all this? By making her a necklace. That is honestly genuinely sweet. And Ricky, also in return, helps Will try and gather the strength to ask Balor out to the dance, which was also genuinely sweet. Honestly, they have a pretty underrated friendship in the series. I just wish it'd come a little sooner. More on that in a bit. But overall, what we got was perfect. Okay, now on to the mixed aspect. The relationships. Whereas I praised Dawn and Sam's relationship being the best, the ones with the girls is mixed to me. Now, Bella and Will pretty much been flirting with each other a little bit, but it wasn't until the last 4 episodes is where they finally start dating, and that's way too short for them to finally, get together. I wish it could have actually happened sooner. I mean, that could have led to more interesting dynamics, but what they do have is not bad. Indiana Evans and Luke Mitchell have surprisingly good chemistry. I just wish the characters got together a little sooner. Cleo and Lewis are actually among the better, but the limited screen time they have with each other is limited. But I will admit their final party in episode 13 is the best one. Again, the chemistry between Angus McLaren and Phoebe Toykin, spot on. And yeah, I'll talk about this finale in a bit. But the rest of it is pretty solid. Ricky and Zane's is the weakest out of the 3. I mean, there is good chemistry in there. Caprina Hine and Burgess Epithany do try with the material given. It's just the writing makes it so annoying. Honestly, it's... I get the realism, the whole mixing the relationship with their job. It can be hard, but couldn't it just fix a better relationship? And even eventually they separate, again, there is still some fire between them, and again, the actors do what they can with the material. Ryan as a character is a mixed bag for me. I mean, he's portrayed fine. Forgot the actor's name, let me know down in the comments. But introducing him this late into the season feels off to me. It feels off. I mean, it kind of sends of an interesting dynamic, but it pretty much goes nowhere at the end, and it feels tacked on to either build tension, get conflict, and that's pretty much it to fill in the runtime. He's fine, I guess. Not the worst, but passable. Now, Will as a character is a mixed bag. In the first 13 episodes, well, mostly the first 10, he feels like another unnecessary obstacle. Luke Mitchell does great with what he's given, but at the start he either feels like tagged on, unnecessary, or just downright annoying, particularly in episode 3. God. Overall, I do, but when it gets to episode 14, after Lewis leaves, that's when he starts getting great. I mean, for one, he's truly concerned for the girls, especially Ricky, is honestly felt immensely. I mean, he shares that they share his passion for swimming. Again, he is a diver, and when the situation calls for it, he is there for them 100%. Whenever the writing calls for it, he's there, and it's downright perfect. It's just we had to take half of the season for his character to start getting better. Okay, now on to the negatives. And I'll start with my first part, the Will and Zane feud. It feels tagged on, it is annoying, and it feels unprovoked. And while Nate is fine, I forgot to add that in the positive aspects. My bad. Zane's feud with Will felt really goddamn stupid. I mean, what did he do to you that starts this crap? Oh yeah, and him hanging out with Ricky certainly doesn't help Zane's case, even after Ricky dumps his ass. And honestly, it's so goddamn bad. And it doesn't even stop. I mean, seriously, Zane, get over it. Kim is honestly just bad in this season. There are good episodes where she's given actually, fun. But there are times where she's just insufferable. Especially when Sam comes into the picture. She does everything she can to not only make her father's life miserable, but also make Cleo's life miserable. I mean, bejeevers. Honestly, her worst moment has to be... Actually, there's 3 worst moments that I think Kim is honestly at her worst. Making Cleo look like the bad guy in episode 15. Spreading crap about her father in episode 16. And her worst deed was in episode 13. Ruining her father's wedding. You went out of your way to spoil your father's happiness. You are a spoiled, entitled little brat! But again, I'll give credit to Cleo Maxey. She does great what she was with what she was given. It's just that Kim is so insufferable and possibly the worst sibling character I've ever seen. Yes, Elliot from seasons 1 and 2 was passable, but he was cute. He had his limits. But Kim is just awful. Oh, and before I get to the worst aspect of the season, taking Emma out of the season is dumb. I mean, I totally get it. If you can't get your actors back, maybe wait until the actor comes back and then do the series, or, I don't know, just don't do it in general. But taking Emma out of the equation, where she's only mentioned, like, a couple of times, feels tagged on. And yes, I explained this in my season 3 episode 1 video, that Claire Holt had to film The Scarecrow 2 instead of season 3 of the series, but I've seen that movie and it's not great. So why couldn't she come back? Honestly. Oh, and speaking of Emma where she should have been, the season 3 finale. She should have been there during the climax, she should have been there to graduate from high school, and she should have been there to at least meet Bella. It was a missed opportunity, and I hate it. Alright, now on to the thing that I absolutely hate about season 3. And I'll give you one single word. Sophie. This character is caused to be one of the most annoying, insufferable, selfish, manipulative, whining little bitch bag that I've ever seen in my entire life. But again, the actress that plays her, and I think her name is Julie Tanar, does great what she was given, but she makes Sophie so insufferable. I mean, her introduction was fine, but the rest of it onwards, she either goes out of her way to pretend Cleo doesn't exist, to bully Bella out of nowhere, all because she has a crush on Will. Oh, and her worst deed has to be is when she destroyed Ricky and Zane's relationship by knowingly kissing Zane. She knew what she was doing, and I absolutely hate it. And honestly, that's honestly the stupidest moment in the series. Zane cheating on Ricky, and it's all Sophie's fault. God, Sophie, you are awful. And remember I said that I did say there was no villain? She's kind of more aggressive than antagonistic. And honestly, Sophie's redemption in this season feels forced. And yes, I've said this like twice in both my season ranking video and the episode 26 video, but I'll have to say it again. Her redemption feels forced. Whereas Charlotte actually, had some thought, and she knew that she was screwed the moment she lost her powers. That I could somewhat buy. Sophie's, no, I don't buy it. We're expected to believe that she's a good guy because Will told her no? No, it's stupid. After all the crap she's done, she does not deserve an apology. Nothing. So, what do I think overall season 3? Again, I think it's the weakest of the 3 seasons of the show, but it does again have some good legit moments. I think the water tentacle twist was pretty clever. Bella and Will were great additions to the cast. But overall, the relationships could have been written better, and Sophie feels like an awful written character. So yeah, that's H20 Just Add Water. The entire series is done, and I cannot believe that it's actually over. 14 months of reviewing this series, and I still can't believe it's the end. So thank you for being with me on this journey. It's been a long, long journey. And I thank you for staying with me throughout the whole entire thing. H2O may be over, but my talk about mermaids is not officially over. Tomorrow I'll be doing my announcement of the top 3 TV shows that I'll be reviewing. Plus an additional one that might surprise you. Or that some of you have been asking. Until then, I'm the Shadow Reviewer, signing off.